So we are basically going to start with the Python foundations first. So this will include the basic Python topics, and then second module will be the Python advanced, as you can see. And then we have data analysis and visualization. So in this you are going to study some libraries actually, which are very important for even when you work with AI after this. So here you are going to understand how do we, you know, like do data pre-processing, how do we manipulate the data, how do we do data cleaning, how do we read the data from another external sources, all that will come under module 3. How do you draw graphs like bar graph, pie chart, all those things will be in the module 3. Then you will start with machine learning fundamentals. So with machine learning, you can do predictions. So you are going to study different types of machine learning algorithm in module 4. Then you have advanced machine learning, where you will study about more advanced concepts of machine learning. So machine learning has many topics apart from algorithms. So those concepts we are going to cover in module 4 and module 5. Then you will do deep learning. Now deep learning is the advanced machine learning. It is all about working with neural networks. So neural networks basically are like like they are like human brain. So in a neural network, like there is each neuron which is connected to every other neuron, and the information flows like that through neurons. Same way, like like as a human brain, the brain is composed of multiple small neurons, and the information flows and then goes to the brain. That is how neural network also works. So with neural networks, how do you predict anything in the future, or class doing any classification? All those things will be in deep learning. So you are going to study some advanced libraries also in deep learning. After that, you will have NLP in module 7. Now, this module is all about working with textual data, because machine learning and deep learning are not capable enough to work with text. That is the reason we use NLP. So in NLP, we see how do we pre-process the text, how do we remove some, like some some invalid characters from the text, and then we work on that to classify something. Suppose if I want to check whether an email is spam email or not spam, so that we can do with NLP, those kind of things. You can develop a chatbot also using NLP. Chatbot, you might have seen, like when you visit any website these days, you get a pop-up box appear where it asks you how may I help you, like those kind of things it asks you. That is a chatbot. So we can build that chatbot using NLP, because chatbot is actually understanding the human's conversation. So NLP is all about language understanding. So here we also deal with text to speech conversion, speech to text conversion, like that. Then transformers and LLMs is the next module. Now Chat GPT, you must be knowing Chat GPT. Chat GPT is built on transformers concept, which is you, and also LLM. Chat GPT is actually an LLM only, but LLM is actually built using transformers. So we need to understand that part here. That is what we are going to understand. So we are going to work with Hugging Face transformer, and similarly, like in Chat GPT, you give something and it understands and give you the output for that. So that kind of model we are going to build in this module. After that, you will start with Gen AI. Now, under Gen AI, you are going to cover prompt engineering, where you are going to make Chat GPT models more more optimized way. Like supposing Chat GPT, when you give any prompt to it gives you the response, but first time whenever you give a prompt, it will not really give you the exact response you are expecting. Then you try to improve your prompt, your input, so it gives you a better answer second time. So that is what is called as prompt engineering. You are trying to make your input or your prompt as optimized as you can, to get a proper, to get a more, you can say, more efficient response from Chat GPT. That is the purpose here in Gen AI. So this vector DB and RAG, these all are a part of Gen AI only. Okay, so here you are going to work with, like how we like suppose I want, like I want to give a file to Chat GPT, and based on that file only Chat GPT should give me the answer. So that is all about working with vector DB. Means you are giving some file to it, you are giving some database to it, and it is giving the answer from that only. So this is all about vector DB and RAG. These comes under Gen AI. And then you will deploy your model, which you are going to develop using AI, Gen AI, using any API, using any, using any library like, or web library like Flask, Django. Deployment means when we make our model, which we have created using Gen AI or AI, into the real world for users. Like, suppose if I have created a website, now I want to add machine learning model to it. That is called deployment. So these are the 11 modules you are going to cover in this course. If you have any doubts related to this, you can ask. You can ask to chat box also if you have any doubt. So Pradeep, you have any doubt? What models? Yeah, as I was telling you, in LLM, as I told you, we mostly will be using Hugging Face transformer. And sorry, there will be more models like Llama. Do you know about Llama? We have Llama. Mostly we will work with Llama. The reason, we can use OpenAI also. But the problem is that some LLM models are not free of cost. Okay, you are new to AI. So yeah, that is what I have mentioned over here. That in Gen AI, we are going to cover, I mean, the LLMs which we are going to cover are like Hugging Face, or we are going to cover Llama. Llama is actually free. That is the reason. We could have covered OpenAI, but OpenAI is not free. There are many LLMs which are not free, so we are not going to use those. Mostly, we are going to work with Llama and GPT-4. These are the two types. Chat GPT will also be used, but that will come under prompt engineering. I mean, sorry, Chat GPT itself is an LLM. No, I was talking about. In prompt engineering, you will see some examples of Chat GPT and Gemini also. But the one model which you are going to use for developing your own LLM or your own application, your Gen AI application, that will be Llama and GPT-4. These are the two main we are going to cover. And actually, LLMs are based on transformers architecture. So you need to also understand the working of transformer and Hugging Face transformers. This is very important because LLMs are based on them only. It is completely based on transformers model. Yeah. Any other doubt apart from this you have? So this will be completely from the scratch. We are going to build everything from scratch. We'll understand how Gen AI or machine learning models understand the data. How do we train them to get the prediction, to get the output? So it is not a very one line or two line process. It takes a lot of steps to actually create a model like Chat GPT. So we are actually going to build a model like Chat GPT in this module 8. So I will just give a, now we can have a look on the intro about this course. Okay, sure. So my name is Dharna actually, and I'm a corporate trainer. I have experience in working as a software developer as well as I'm a corporate trainer. So total I have 7.5 years of experience. So I give training as well as I work in corporate. I have worked actually. So I do a mix of both. Like I work as a developer as well as I do trainings as well. So I handle trainings online and offline for corporates, for universities as well. Basically, I work as a mostly I have worked before as a Java developer. Yeah, I have worked as a Java developer, but now I am switching my domain into AI in software development only. So, any other questions you have? Okay. You are a data analyst. So, what are the tools you have worked in as a data analyst? Have you worked with Power BI, Tableau? Okay, you have only used Hadoop and SQL. Okay. So, have you ever done programming before? I think SQL is anyways a query language. So, what about any programming language you have used like R, Python? Not in Python. Okay. Which language you have done before? Okay, you have done C sharp. Then I think Python will be very simple for you to pick up. Yeah, because C sharp and Python both are object oriented language. So there are many things which are same in both of them. So yeah, now I am going to give you some bit of demo today on our course, which we are going to see. So we are going to understand few things over here. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm going to start with what is AI. Now, as you know, this course is all about Python and Gen AI. So we need to first of all understand what is AI. AI means the ability of machine to mimic human intelligence. So AI basically is the ability of machines to understand the data and give the prediction for humans. AI is very vast, right? AI contains lot of things. It contains machine learning, deep learning, NLP. All these are subfields of AI. Now, AI works using data. Without data, AI is of no use. How do you define data? Data means some raw information, right? Like data can be an image, data can be a video, data can be a text, it can be a number. Now, AI basically uses this data to understand the human nature, human pattern, or consumers' behavior, and then it actually produces similar kind of actions which which is being liked by the same consumer. Like for example, if you visit a website like Amazon, in Amazon you must have noticed that it tries to show you the items of your liking suddenly. I mean, suppose you first time visit Amazon and you click on any item which you want to buy. Now later on, if you visit Amazon again after some days, you will see that you will get similar kind of products listed over there. So, and those products are actually of your liking. So even not just that, when you click on any one product, you see similar suggestions of the both of that similar product. Like when I click on any product which I like to see, I get similar suggestions for those type of products. That is all done using AI. So AI understands the consumer's pattern, like disliking, likings, what do they frequently watch, what do they frequently buy. So AI takes that data and it tries to show you similar suggestions. In this case, the those companies are actually generating a lot of revenue because of this. So as I told, the examples of AI can be like Netflix recommendations. When you watch any TV show or movie in Netflix, you see that you are being recommended similar kind of TV shows and movies. So that is done by understanding what one user likes, or maybe there's one more user similar to your liking. Netflix recommends his liking to you also, because you both have similar taste. That is how recommendation system works. So we can build a recommendation system using AI. Then Google Map is another example of AI. In Google Map, you are able to get the complete path wherever you want to go, the route, the routes wherever we want to go. That is all because of AI, right? Then chatbots. I told you an example of chatbot already. Chatbots are also an example of AI. Now there are different types of AI. Narrow AI and general AI. What is narrow AI? Narrow AI does one task. Example, recommendations. General AI means human level intelligence. Now, as I told you, AI learns from data. And I told you what is data, right? Now, what is the role of Python in AI? Because we are going to study Python and AI. What is the role of Python? Now, nowadays, Python is the most popular language for AI. It is a programming language. Python, the reason why Python is used for AI so much is because Python is open source. Now, what is open source? It means you can download Python free of cost. Python has a huge set of library. It has lot of libraries, and it contains the libraries for working with AI also. So that is the reason we use Python in AI. These libraries are used for data science, machine learning, Gen AI, deep learning, everywhere. For every kind, for every field of AI, Python has all the libraries, and it is free of cost. So that is the main reason why Python is used in AI. Then Python has a huge community. That means people can upload their own code, their own Python code, and other people can actually use it. So it has a huge community. And then Python is a very simple language. It is just like an English language. Its syntax is very simple. So these are the reasons why Python is used in AI. Now, what is generative AI? Generative, okay, what is the difference between a traditional AI and generative AI? In traditional AI, you used to just give the input and you used to get the output. But in generative AI, what happens? Generative AI creates new content like text, images, and code. Like Chat GPT is an example of Gen AI, right? Right. But see, the difference is that in AI also we train the model. But the thing is that generative AI contains pre-trained models. They are already being trained with millions of records. You are just using them. Generative AI uses pre-trained models which have been already trained multiple times using millions of records. For example, Chat GPT, AI image tools, GitHub Copilot. I mean, these are the examples of generative AI. So how they work is they are trained on huge data. They learn the pattern and they generate the new output. So actually AI includes machine learning, deep learning, NLP, computer vision. And generative AI is a subset of AI which focuses on creating new content. So generative AI can generate text, images, code, audio, videos. So AI is the brain and Gen AI is the artist. It can create new things. So what can be a real life example of both? Like AI can check whether an email is spam or not. It can tell you that. Gen AI writes a new email for you. This can be a difference. So the concepts which are used in Gen AI are LLMs and prompt engineering. LLM understands and generates the text for us. Prompt engineering means how you ask questions to the Chat GPT models. Now, what are the career paths after you complete this course? So the roles which you can get is you can work as a Python developer, you can work as a data scientist, you can work as an AI engineer, you can work as a Gen AI engineer. So these are the roles which you can get after you complete this course. Then what are the skills needed for this? The important skills you need actually are Python, basic ML, working of APIs, and prompt engineering. So these are the skills you need actually to get a job in any of these fields. So I can show you a small example of how Gen AI can give us the output. I will open Google Colab. So when you will actually start the training, I will guide you how to download each software. For now, I will use the online Google Colab software, which is used for working with AI. So I'm giving a very simple example of what Gen AI can do for us. So with Gen AI, I told you about this transformers, Hugging Face transformers, I told you, and I told you that it is built on Chat GPT actually uses these transformers. These transformers, can also understand the sentiment behind your input, whether you are giving a positive input or a negative input. So this is what I'm going to just show you with a very simple code. So I'm going to use transformers over here. Now this is a very simple code, but I'm showing you how it works. I'll try to open Jupyter Notebook. I think it's taking some time over here to run. Just a very simple example I'm showing over here. So I'm doing it locally. I think in online there is some issue happening. Okay, I think it's working here. I will continue. Now this is the transformers using, so transformers, I have, like we are using transformers to import a pipeline. This pipeline actually takes the model name for generating the kind of content you want to generate. Like suppose I want to do sentiment analysis. What is sentiment analysis? Sentiment analysis means when you want to predict something using users' emotions, like whether you are writing a positive statement or a negative statement, like those kind of things. That comes under sentiment analysis. So this pipeline basically takes that model name. Let's say the model name I'm giving over here is sentiment analysis. To understand the emotion behind that input, that is called sentiment analysis. and I'll store it into an object called classifier. Now what we are doing is we are giving an input to the model and we are trying to ask whether that emotion is positive or negative. So how do you ask is you have created this classifier here, this object. Inside this you will type your input. Let's suppose I write here, I love learning AI. So this will return me the result. What result it will return? Let's see. First, let's run this code. Now, if I print result, see, it is giving label positive and score as this. So here, what is happening? When you're writing this line, no, this line basically downloads a pre. So what I was saying is this line actually is downloading a pre-trained model from Hugging Face. We are using Hugging Face transformer actually. Now this model which we are using is trained on lots of text data. It understands emotions in sentences. So using this model only we are giving an input like this and it is telling us whether that is positive or negative. Now internally what is happening over here is when you're giving the input, no, it is first converting into numbers. It is not directly giving the output because an algorithm cannot understand text. So it first converts the text into numbers. Then it runs through the algorithm, which is being used to train the model, and then it predicts the sentiment. So many things are being done with this model. It is pre-trained. You are not training it. You can also use this transformer for generating some text. Like for example, if I write in the pipeline, see pipeline is a tool actually. Suppose I tell that I want to do text generation. So I have to write it like this, store it into an object, just like before. Now in this object, you are going to pass some text like artificial intelligence is. Now I'm leaving it to the AI to complete this. And I will tell that maximum length should be 30. Store it into result or any variable. Now let's see the result. See, after is, it is giving so many lines. Artificial intelligence is not the only field that has its own but now see, basic default, when you are not giving any model name to your pipeline, it is giving a very absurd text. Lot of text is coming, which does not even carry some meaning, no? This is not really meaningful. So what you can do is you can also give the name of the model over here. Give a comma, write model as GPT-2. So it is downloading the model. It is loading the model actually. Now, same thing. See, now it is giving a very, it is giving a better answer. AI is often used to solve problems that our brains cannot solve. But it is only now that we are able to imagine would solve such a problems. So when we think of smart computers, we think of computers that could solve. So see, this is how it is explaining about AI. It is completing the sentence. I just gave artificial intelligence is. And after that, it is completing the entire sentence for me. So this is an example of Gen AI actually. But before this, that is what to understand how it works internally, you should be having the knowledge of complete AI concepts also. You are going to build your own model. Here you are using the already ready-made model, already pre-trained model. But in AI, you are going to work with how do you create your own model? How do you train it? How do you get predictions from it? Any doubts any one of you have? If you have any questions, you can ask. I think this is what I wanted to tell about. So from my side, like this is what I wanted to explain for today. You are going to learn like this, these kind of models and much more in this course.